Everyone has some spare minecoins, and honestly, given that trust in the marketplace is low and prices are high, what can you even choose to do with them? There are fixed price points that things in the marketplace can charge, and so today I figured I would check out great maps that you can buy with the lowest cost possible, 160 minecoins, or around $1 United States dollar. I decided, given just how many maps there were, some of which look pretty questionable, to go through 5 different categories and find a great map from each of them, and let's start with the first, which is Skyblock. You know, it's actually quite funny because I feel like the best way to release this, the funniest way to make this happen would be literally a single grass block and nothing else. But I have belief this is going to be a real version of Block Skyblock, which is something people pay a lot more money for in the marketplace. So is this one any good? So what the heck? There's random buildings around me. Well, that's a lot more than one block, if I'm being totally frank. But if I break the block below me, it will turn into grass. And then over and over again, I can collect new blocks. Isn't that fun? But yeah, we're basically going to sit here breaking the block over and over again until we get to a bedrock block, which is when it gets to upgrade. That's exciting. And now we have a birch forest. Ah, that's cool. I can craft myself an axe and everything now. I've sat here now for literally 3 minutes straight just mining this block, and it hasn't upgraded another level, which makes me think that it's probably not going to. Honestly, this is such a cool concept, and being able to get it for, you know, like just 160 minecoins is great on the surface, but in my opinion, you need to keep the progression moving. I can't just be getting birch logs forever, unless I'm never going to get them again. So it's a little bit of a broken thing to me, especially because now that I have all these birch logs, I can craft this many birch planks if I want to, which means this many birch slabs, and now I can just build over to the other islands. Unless that's what the game wants me to do, in which case, you know, let's do it. This tree has an end portal frame under it, and so indeed there is a whole end to go to, as well as these islands, as well as all of the fun things that come from the one block. I would say that overall this is a map that I would rate highly for one that you would want to play with some friends. It's great as just a goofy thing to play in the background, even better value at $1, and you can make fun of it a bit and enjoy the silliness of a villager who enjoys the magical block that respawns after it breaks. You can have all of this silly stuff come together, or you could play this great, I would say, as a personal game where you're just going to be listening to a podcast or watching YouTube videos, because you can get in the mindset or the grind set of sitting there breaking blocks without necessarily doing too much else, which makes it actually pretty decent. And all of these extra builds are just the carrot cherry on the cake, which is why I think this is a pretty decent skyblock for the money. But what if you wanted something from a different category? Well, let's answer that with parkour. I was so excited when I bought Turbo Parkour Archery Trial. It had really good ratings on the marketplace, but when I actually played it, it was one of the most broken pieces of content ever. It immediately filled your screen with the mess because the coding had been done incorrectly, but also the map itself was just a few blocks floating in the sky, and all you had to do, the unique gimmick, was you had to shoot target blocks with arrows, but you had as many stacks of arrows as you wanted, and the actual parkour wasn't very hard once you did. The gimmick wasn't that fun, and it wasn't done very well, and the map overall just wasn't that great in my opinion, which is why I decided to try a second map so I could recommend a good parkour. This is Glitch Runner Endless Parkour, and I thought it looked good on the surface, but boy was it even better when I actually downloaded it. My favorite parkour map from the marketplace was made years ago and was loosely based on Temple Run, and honestly, this looks suspiciously like that. Oh, but with all sorts of cool effects and music. I am loving that. So we break the energy core, and then we've got to run through the parkour, but there's all sorts of challenges along the way that can kill you. Anyway, let's go and let's see if we can beat our previous best score of 16 points, shall we? So, yeah, this has a lot of similarities to Don't Stop Running, my favorite map from many years ago, and it does seem as though it even has the exact same little tokens to collect, but I don't mind that personally. I feel like this is a better version of a map that costs more money, so for you with just your $1, this is a great way to spend it. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. This might be my favorite use so far. It might be my best overall use, honestly. We'll have to see, but I am loving this map. I think I'm going to be playing a lot more of this for sure. It's an infinite parkour, but it only is infinite for so long. And I've got no trap damage now, by the way. I can finally walk straight into these traps if I want to. But yeah, this is a really, really cool concept. And it's one that, what is this, by the way? A trap? Okay, I'm fine. Oh, when you go far enough, dragons spawn for some reason, or whatever these little gremlins are. Okay, we can keep things moving though. Well, that was incredible, and honestly, that has to be my favorite parkour map on the marketplace, and perhaps also my favorite cheap map that you can get here too. 1600 points is pretty good, but I feel like you can beat this if you've got yourself 160 minecoins to spare. With that said, let's check out the next category. This one looks so interesting, even though it has a thumbnail that looks like a 2018 YouTube video. I'm still gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try it out. Here we are in the world, and here's the basics. All of the recipes have been randomized, and so if you want to craft, say, planks, you're going to need 6 warped or crimson planks. If you want to craft some stairs, however, you need a candle and a yellow dye. All of these recipes are real, but they're in the wrong place, making playing anything a little bit harder. However, if you want to make an eye offender, it's going to be 6 red nether brick, and if you want to make a red nether brick, it's going to be 2 cobblestone and a stick. Okay then, let's see how... Oh, and interestingly, we've got difficulties. I'm gonna start on normal. Let's play with some randomized recipes. So, clearly, the first thing I need to do is get some cobblestone and some sticks. This seems suspiciously easy until you realize that the recipe to actually make a crafting table is going to be mixed up. But even worse than that, if I want to turn my birch wood into birch planks, I don't have the ability because that recipe is chiseled nether bricks instead. Damn, this is not going to be very useful. So yeah, every single time you want to make a recipe, you're going to get something else random instead, and you just need to keep playing around until you get the right stuff. What do I do with a block of raw copper, I ask you? I don't actually know. This means that it's basically impossible to make progress at first. However, as you work things forwards, you start to realize that it's actually much smarter just to try any crafting recipe. The stuff you would never do in vanilla Minecraft is worth trying right here, so I can get, by using the raw copper, 4 jungle planks, which is really handy. I can get some brown terracotta from my 4 sand, should I want to, and intriguingly enough, I can get a turtle shell helmet from 3 of these. So now I'm already in a really good place, and also, the jungle planks can be used to make a crafting table. Wow, I am doing incredible already. So we break oak logs, and the oak logs gives us raw copper, and the raw copper gives us jungle planks, which gives us a crafting table or some sticks. I'm now getting pretty close to being able to make cobblestone, actually. Okay, I know this might seem contrived, but there's actually a really handy way to take advantage of Minecraft Bedrock's best exclusive feature. That's right, big boned salmon. And in case you think like, oh, well, clearly the bigger bones won't matter, actually, they will. Here are some bones, not bone meal for dropping a salmon, and so unlike bone meal, it's craftable into a diamond axe. Wow! Just like that, proving that Bedrock is the better version of the game to play randomized recipes on. Also, we could use those bones to tame a wolf, I guess. So I'm going to break a lot of these trees now, specifically because I have the idea that we can make a ton of jungle planks, and then those jungle planks can make a bunch of recipes. So yeah, indeed. There's a way of making step fences, there's a way, oh, which can make acacia wood. Oh, this is really handy, because that can then be used to make chests, apparently. Wait, no, what can acacia wood make? I swear, acacia wood has a recipe in base Minecraft, but not here. Do I have to place it down and break it, maybe? Oh, it just gives me acacia wood back. Okay, maybe if I strip it first? Maybe we can use that block for something? Ah, it can be used to make a polished blackstone button. Damn it, that is not very useful at all. So yeah, some recipes aren't perfectly mixed up, like this bowl recipe is normal, this chest recipe is normal, or even the jungle trapdoor. You'll notice there are all sorts of recipes that haven't changed, but it is really fun trying to work out how to do anything in this, and if you want a silly survival challenge where everything is mixed up, I think for $1 you could do a lot worse. And indeed, it's 79 British pence. It's less than the price of 4 Freddos, and you can actually have a really good time playing this for a while. I love random recipes and I could genuinely do this for hours, but I'm going to have to say as nighttime comes and I can't see anything, that this is a decent example of a challenge map, and so I would recommend it. 10 out of 10, although not quite 10, more like 7 out of 10, but at this price point, what can you expect? So when it comes to survival spawns, you have a lot of options at this price point, but most of them are questionable. I mean, seriously, who wants a giant dragon at their spawn pre-built for them? Or who wants to have all of these diamonds and emeralds? This is just pay to win Minecraft, except for people who don't realize that creative exists. But this is 100 Days Hardcore Island, which hopefully is going to take advantage of the survival spawn to not necessarily just make Minecraft harder, but also make it a more interesting spawn experience to survive in rather than just play pretend creative in and pay money for. This should be a service that is worth some money, but is it? Well, interestingly, upgrading in Zero. Interestingly, today we get to find out. First things first, let's see what we get. As you spawn, you already have basically a very powerful bonus chest. So despite being called 100 Days Hardcore, it interestingly enough has some big benefits. Also, despite being called 100 Days Hardcore, the days played isn't turned on by default. So go into the settings and make sure you do that. As a fun fact, if you want to alter any settings, you have to hit this unlock all settings button, but because you own the Minecraft world, that's entirely fine to do so. And now we can look around our island. Oh yeah. I think the problem with a pre-built spawn is that you'll always be competing with that giant pyramid when you build something, and so realistically, you're just not going to, whereas when you get really intriguingly made terrain, hopefully like this is right here, then you get to build something on that beach or up this mountain, and it will actually be quite notable against the terrain that's up against. In effect, you're paying for a unique biome that you get to spawn in, and that also comes with a few challenges preloaded, because it's not just that random chest on the beach or these unique trees that you'll find all over the island, but also there is a brand new structure here. Is that structure any good? Let's go over there and find out. Maybe after picking up some wood, actually. Who am I kidding? Actually, I'm just going to use my wooden sword and my splash potion of healing, and we're going to see how this works for me. So, as you can see, this is a temple that has wither skeleton spawners. Okay, I vastly underestimated it. Just assumed it would be a big jungle temple, to be honest. But there is a real threat on this world, and instead of giving you 1,000 diamond blocks when you complete it, there's a few gold blocks around the edges that will help you on your adventures in the Nether, and also there's a few wither skeletons that might be handy. But yeah, going in there with just a sword, probably not going to work for you. Oh, that was not a good idea. Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of the survival spawn genre, but the idea that you can have just this beautiful island pre-placed and that it's clear that it's natural means that your builds will stand out against it, and personally, that's a big benefit to me. I therefore am going to give this map a 6.5 out of 10. However, keep in mind, if you want to play this map and you have long-term survival aspirations, if you play this map, it will always have achievements turned off. This is a bit of a bummer, and ultimately, it is something worth keeping in mind, so that means that you probably wouldn't want to spend a full 100 days here because you'd miss out on all of the achievements. So unless you already have all of the achievements or just don't care about the achievement flag at all and don't mind that your world looks like you cheated, then this is a world I can recommend. Finally, we have what you're all waiting for, the wildcard option, and this is something I honestly couldn't believe when looking at the marketplace entry. This is the Mega Mashup Pack, and that means that for 160 minecoins, you don't just get a skin pack with, to be honest, pretty decent skins. People pay a lot more than $1 for that. You don't just get a texture pack, but you also get a world that is split up into 8 different segments, all of which have maps charging 4 to 5 times this price, but it's all in the same place. Let's buy it, let's download it, and let's see what's going on here today.
Mashup. Explore the info hall to find information on the features available. Each information room will include a teleport pad, which will teleport you to that area of the world. Or just explore the world and find lots of cool structures. There are plenty of temples to explore, mansions to fill with furniture, and much more. In your inventory, you'll find a teleport room. You can use this at any time to teleport back to the info hall.
I don't have my teleport room, but I appreciate the idea.
You can combine as many trains as you want to, as long as you're in this world. Have fun exploring.
Okay then, wow, that is high energy craziness to start up a world with. And yeah, the fact that there is so much going on in this one place is actually kind of nuts. So this is Mega Mashup Tools, which allow you to create brand new tools. And again, it's just one part of this world, which we could just ignore if we wanted to instead go and look at what's over here. Oh, weapons. So we could go for entirely new weapons, or we could go for zombies. It'd be cool if you could combine that with weapons. Or we can go for example, a classic, vehicles. You ever want to play around with vehicles in Minecraft? Here's our option to do that. Let's go, actually. Teleport in. Oh, yeah. And now there's a whole city built here. It's a bit dark, but there's a whole city, and I can explore with all of the vehicles found around this place. Look at this. I can drive a go-kart in Minecraft around a city that has been built for me. I am amazed by the value of this, given that there are maps called city maps without all of these fun things that will cost 6 times this price. It won't even, oh wow, look at this sports car. Oh yeah, this is big. This handles a little better than most of the cars I've used in Minecraft. It's still nothing like real car physics from a normal game. They are ultimately just mounts that you can get on. But still, the fact that it's got audio, it's designed in some way, which is impressive. And then we've got the private jet, which, oh my god. This is gonna be fun, huh? So this is my private jet experience. As we all know, private jets get to fly through the downtowns of most major cities. It's just it's a well-known fact. Anyway, this is crazy. And, this is just one part of the world. Let's go check out the rest. Yeah, you better believe we're in the TNT world. Can you find all the types of TNT? I bet they're in this barrel. Yes, I can. So there's big TNT, diamond TNT, creeper TNT, thunder TNT. I'm going to go for lava TNT, anti-gravity TNT, and diamond TNT. And I'm going to light it using a TNT launcher. Oh, let's see what this does. Oh, that's cool. This is the dream that everyone has. It's not really working that great right now. But the idea is great. I wonder if it's just TNT explodes is turned off. No, it's turned on. The TNT launcher just doesn't do much. Relative to diamond TNT, which of course just explodes and makes diamonds everywhere. Okay, so again, this is that problem of just being absurdly OP, but maybe, you could entertain a nephew this way. A lot of people are saying, especially with the Minecraft movie, the target audience for Minecraft is 6-year-olds, actually. And so for that type of person, if you believe that, this is the map for you. You could entertain all the 6-year-olds in your life with this. There's also anti-gravity TNT. I can't even imagine what that's going to do. Okay, so none of the TNT actually works as TNT. It's just all explosions that do other things. Okay, no, that has caused some problems. My bad. I spoke too soon. Oh, by the way, we've also got dragons. Again, a single add-on for dragons is going to cost you substantially more than this. Do I need a dragon saddle? I bet I need a dragon saddle. So yeah, I thought they would all be different parts of the city, but they all have their own unique environments too. That is nutty. So for the dragons, we're going to need to give them some fish, I'm just going to guess, because it's in the chest. Do you want fish? You don't want fish. How do I ride you? Could you give me the guide on, or are you just around? Do you just exist? This is some crazy terrain to just exist for 1/10 of a world which has all these other things in. This map is the definition of too much content, spreading itself too thin. But at the same time, I think for a lot of people, being able to try out so much for this price point probably makes it worthwhile. I don't think I would ever play this map again. Again, I've got some half brothers who are like 11. I think they might be too old to enjoy this map. But as you all know, when you get to when you hang out with enough friends, you can all revert to being 8-year-olds again, and in a way that might be the best way to experience this world. So in conclusion, if you're looking to spend some spare minecoins or would like to buy a map on the marketplace because you're in a version where it's hard to get them for free otherwise, and you have a budget of $1 or less, then I would say that the weakest of the batch is 100 Days Hardcore Island. It's a nice spawn, you can do some things with it, but it's solid, worth $1 maybe you might say, but I think that you would have a better time using this insane world from the end here. The ultimate mashup is really, really great, but for a certain type of player that just isn't me. I also thought Block Skyblock was a lot of fun. I could see myself playing that for a while. I think that Random Recipes is the cheapest, and it's a solid execution of what it is. A really fun Minecraft challenge that it just makes me want to play it even saying it out loud. But ultimately, the best map that I purchased today was Turbo Archery Parkour. I love this thing so much. It was great, and I had to hide my feelings for this video, but I'm just kidding. entertaining. The actual best map was Glitch Runner Endless Parkour. I really enjoyed this. It is a very particular type of map, but one I could just see myself casually playing in the background for a very long time. It's simple parkour, but still involves decisions. It can be mindless or it can be mindful. You can make this a game about getting high scores against your friends, or you can play it solo. I love that it has everything, and the fact that 135,000 people have reviewed it means that at least 1 million people have bought this using usual marketplace standards, and that is crazy to say the least. But do you know what else is crazy? The fact that I'm actually going to plug IBX Toy Maps at the end here, because if you have more than 160 minecoins, or you don't like any of the things in this video, you might consider checking out one of the things we've released. Most recently, the Timeless Adventures just came out, and this allows for a console-style experience to be had inside of Minecraft Bedrock. If you're missing the music discs hunts, if you're missing the old, smaller biomes, this is a great way to relive those with some extra structures thrown in. It's a great time, and it's my little ad for today. If you want to support the channel indirectly, if you want to support it more directly, you can like the video, or you can, I don't know, subscribe, or you can just, I don't know, not forget my existence, because I'll see you in the next one. This has been Store Sunday, which is probably the name it's going to stick with, unless something, because maps tend to come out on a Tuesday, so I hope you enjoyed Store Sunday, which is probably staying on a Sunday for now, but we'll see later, I guess. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.